Hi, I'm Iganachi Razaki Omia. I'm the Managing Director for Omia Agribusiness Development Group Limited. We're based here in Arua, that is in West Nile, and West Nile is in northern Uganda. Omia Agribusiness Development Group Limited is the leading provider of quality, genuine and affordable agricultural inputs in the region. And by quality agricultural inputs, I mean vegetable seeds for farmers, field crop seeds, fertilizers, other agrochemicals, and also farm tools and equipment. Our main office is here in Arua. We also have a branch in Arua on Zambia, and that is opposite Cell Petrol Station. Our other branches are in Yumbe district, Ajumani district, and also in Paida, that is in Zombo district. Apart from the agricultural inputs that we're providing to farmers, we also offer agricultural extension services and also linkages to markets. So for example, you come to us, you buy quality maize seeds from us. We make sure that our field officers follow up with you with provision of extension services that you need to make sure that you plant the maize at the correct spacing. You're able to weed it in time. You're able to control all the pests and diseases associated with the maize. And in the end, when you get to produce the maize, we help you with people that are able to buy the maize at reliable prices that is profitable for you as a farmer.
Now, just to give us a brief, when did Omia start?
Omia Agribusiness Development Group Limited.
I'm so sorry, I keep saying that. Omia.
No,
when
it's
did
okay.
Omia start?
Yeah, so Omia Agribusiness, I registered the company when I was still in school in 2016.
Really? You had a vision
Yes,
that big?
Yes, I was still, I think, in my third year. But we didn't start operations until July in 2018. So by July this year, 2021, we're 3 years old. We started here, right here in Arua, and as I said, then we grew to other districts in Western Africa.
Okay. Now, what's the why? You didn't give us the reason why you actually wanted to start a company that provides all these services, you know, the agriculture inputs, the extension services, and so much more. Why did you think, hey, I need to actually provide a service like this to help my people?
In West Nile, and also generally in Uganda, most of the people that sell agricultural inputs are based in the cities. And this makes it very hard for farmers to be able to access quality and genuine agricultural inputs. And most times they end up planting those old varieties of seeds. And this results in too low yields for the farmer. And in the end, even the food that's available for consumption for the farmer is not enough. And even that means it leaves them with nothing to sell for them to gain an income that they would use to pay school fees for their children and things like that. So Omia Agribusiness bridges that gap. We make sure that every smallholder farmer in West Nile is able to get improved agricultural inputs at their doorstep. And we do this through, as I said, our shops, but also we work with what we call the village agents. So in almost every parish within West Nile, we have agents that sell our agricultural inputs on our behalf at a commission to farmers in their community. This way, a farmer doesn't have to spend a lot of money on transport to travel up to, say, Arua city to be able to access these agricultural inputs.
Okay.
They can just reach out to their agent and they're able to get all the inputs that they need. In addition, the agents also provide them, as I said, with extension services, knowledge on how to grow the crops. And later when they want to sell, the agents do the same thing of linking them to markets. So the main gap that we saw was access. It's not actually that the inputs are not there. They are there with the seed companies. There are so many different seed companies in Uganda. All the inputs are there. The problem is from them to the farmer has been lacking. So our main existence is to fill that gap.
You speak about the West Nile region. Do you have any ties to the West Nile region?
Personally, yeah, I come from Yumbe district. Yumbe district is one of the, I think, 11 or 12 districts in West Nile.
Yes.
And it's very near from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one can say Omia is a giant in the West Nile.
Maybe.
Yeah, you are a giant in what you do. You're the biggest
Yeah,
in the West Nile.
Okay.
It's okay. You can be proud of it. You can be
Thank
proud
you.
of it.
Thank
Do you
you.
think Omia has achieved its objectives to help out the farmer? Because I see your shirts, they all say farmer first. Do you think you've helped the farmers in the West Nile region?
Yeah, so in everything we do at Omia Agribusiness, as you've rightly put it, we put farmers first. Since we started operations in July 2018, there is what we call our key performance indicators, things that we monitor every month. So every month we monitor our sales. Every month we monitor the number of new farmers reached. Every month we monitor our stock at the end of the month, what is the value. We monitor our number of staff, whether this has grown or not. And I can say that since we started in July 2018 from just 2 staff and a small shop, actually half of the other shop you'll see right across there, I can say that as of today, these shops have grown to 5 branches.
Wow.
And leave alone even the branches, this shop alone has grown to 4, I think, different units. That is number one. Then the number of farmers reached, by the end of 2018, we hardly reached 400 farmers. Right now, we have reached over 10,000 farmers
Wow.
through our services. And then as Omia Agribusiness, the number of staff grew from just me and my younger brother then, who is now doing his degree in Kenya at Egerton University, to over 23 staff. Then also our stock value also grew from just 500,000. We started with that small stock.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now we have, I think, over 450 million in stock just.
Yeah.
And our sales by the end of 2018, as Omia Agribusiness, were less than 300 million. And I can tell you by the end of last year, our sales were over 1 billion Ugandan shillings. Yeah, so those are some of a few successes that we have registered at Omia Agribusiness Development Group Limited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, speaking of you as a giant, as Omia in the Western Nile region, do you think there's so many opportunities for investors to come out here, to reach out, and do you think they can make money out of this region? Because it's a growing region. It's well known, but it's definitely growing. I can see it. It's definitely growing. Do you think there are investment opportunities in this particular region?
West Nile, first of all, we are strategically located.
Thank you.
If you see the region, we border the Democratic Republic of Congo, we border South Sudan, and also there's direct access to Central African Republic. So this strategic location means there's a lot of cross-border trade. You can take items from here, sell in South Sudan. You can do the same to DRC. You can do the same to Central African Republic. Because this other side of Democratic Republic of Congo, because of the Ituri forest, is locked from the rest of the capital of Congo. So they get most of the things they need from Arua here. And we all know what's happening in South Sudan. So most of the food and everything that actually people in South Sudan eat comes from this region, from Uganda, basically. So the strategic location of West Nile makes it actually a very good opportunity for anyone who is looking out to do business in Uganda. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Then secondly, specifically in agribusiness, the value chain is long. Every time anyone would want to invest in agribusiness, they should look at the value chain and pick something and actually invest in it. So specifically for us, you have seen that we identified that there was a gap in inputs and the extension services, the knowledge, and we have only invested in that. Okay? But at production level, there are not so many commercial farmers here yet. Yet we have a lot of fertile land that can actually be utilized by people to do large-scale production, both for vegetables and also for field crops. And I think that is a good opportunity for anyone who would want to come in West Nile and do business. And that's just production alone. So after production, there's also a whole, even just before we go into bulking and marketing, to do production alone, farmers need tractors, farmers need equipment. And the service providers that are able to provide this equipment are very scarce right now in West Nile.
True.
So someone would actually spot this opportunity and have tractors that they can offer for hire, okay? That can have bulldozers that do the land clearing, removing tree stumps before the tractor moves and does its work. Yeah, and then after that, after farmers do production, normally they need people whom they can sell to. So, for example, if you can come and say maybe bulk and buy maize, so it will really, all it will involve is coming maybe partnering with us, Omia Agribusiness, and we know our farmers who grow maize. So basically all these farmers would bulk and sell the maize to you. So you keep the maize, you clean it very well. You can either sell it as clean, high quality maize grain, or you can do value addition, convert it into maybe maize flour, poso, and sell the poso to different schools within West Nile alone, and also the border district, as I said. You can even send some back to Kampala. Yeah. So that cuts across for different commodities. That's just one example.
Okay.
For maize.
Okay.
Yeah. So along the agribusiness value chain, there's several opportunities within in West Nile, and also given the strategic location of the region, you can do several other businesses and still make good money out of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's. I hope if you're an investor watching, you picked onto something and you're ready to come to the West Nile and invest.
I would
something.
highly recommend that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of land, and like you mentioned, it's fertile. It rained all day yesterday, something I didn't expect because
yes, it's raining. Because in West Nile, for example, the rainy season starts from around March to April.
Yeah.
And rains don't stop up to November.
Yeah,
and when people out there actually normally think, in northern Uganda it's
dry,
very hot, it's dry, it doesn't rain. But those are all misconceptions. The truth actually is out here, you can do a lot in West Nile.
Yeah.
And someone will say, I'm a young person. I finished my university.
Yeah.
I got a good job with Abbey Trust on Nakasero Road, Kampala, that was paying well. So why would me resign from a good job in Kampala that pays well, come to West Nile to invest?
Yeah.
The answer would be, where there are gaps, where there are challenges, that's a business opportunity.
Yes.
And 3 years down the road, I'm not regretting the decision I made to leave my job. Because otherwise the 23 staff that are working with me would not be here. The contribution I'm making to farmers would not be happening.
Right.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges you face as Omia?
Yeah, so Omia Agribusiness is into agricultural inputs, and most farmers in Uganda depend on the rain to do production. So because of that, normally in the dry season, our sales go down. So for example, when the rains start around March to April, sales start going up. Okay, up to around June, when there's a short dry spell, they go up, then they come down. Then from July, highest spike.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it comes down a bit in August. So up to around December, when rains completely stop. So from December, January, Feb, and some few days in March.
Yeah.
So those are days when our sales are the lowest as Omia Agribusiness Development Group Limited, because most of the farming we do here is seasonal. So, but we're not going to just sit there and say normally, this happens, so you give out on the business.
Yeah,
no.
I understand.
There's something we do about it. As Omia Agribusiness, we are going into partnerships with companies that are promoting irrigation. I think you've seen the solar pumps and the solar out there. They are called Tulima Solar, where they are distributor for West Nile region, and with more farmers being able to get the kids even on cash and also on credit, we increase the number of farmers that are farming during the dry season. And then we're able to sell more agricultural inputs as well. But also, we try to also maximize sales during the rainy season, so that by the time we are going into the dry season, we've already made quite some money that can pay our rent throughout that period, that can pay all our staff salaries, that can meet almost all our operational costs. Yes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the second challenge should be that, to access credit, it's a bit expensive in Uganda here. So for example, you're starting small, you're moving on very well, there comes a time in the business when you need a little bit more money to grow the operations of the company. But then credit is quite expensive. And also even the one that's there, you sometimes need collateral to be able to access credit from the banks. So that has been quite a bit of a challenge for us as well. But we have also managed to go around it. For example, what is key for us is relationship management. For example, we need money to buy stock to sell to farmers. Where do we get the stock from? From seed companies and other fertilizer companies. So what we're doing as Omia Agribusiness is to build a very good relationship with these suppliers. For example, say East African seeds or Simlo seeds or Home Harvest. So with a good relationship, they are able to advance for you stock, you sell the stock, and then you pay them. But you must pay them so that you keep a good relationship. If you do not pay, then you're digging your own grave for the business. And then for the bank, we have a policy as a company to always deposit money at the end of every sales day. So whether it's 1,000, whether it's 1 million, whether it's 3 million, whether it's 300,000, it must all go to the bank. And based on this, we have a very good bank statement. And with this, I can go to the bank, and the bank has been giving us some money. Even recently, we got some 100 million from them. Okay.
Which bank?
Stanbic Bank.
Okay.
So they give us that at no security. They don't ask for any collateral. 100% based on the performance of your account. But we had to build that. So building, establishing and building relationships, I think to us is the main thing as we're growing as Omia Agribusiness. And then there's a huge challenge of reaching out to farmers. Most of the farmers are based in the rural areas. They are the people you're selling to. Okay? To reach out to them, you need to spend a lot of money on agricultural extension. Have these motorcycles that are fueled. Okay? An extension officer to go there who should be facilitated to train the farmers and let them know about the importance of improved agricultural inputs. Okay, that has been expensive because it does not pay directly. You might train 20 to 30 farmers, none of them comes to buy agricultural inputs. But with time, okay, 6 months or 1 year later, you find 3 or 4 or 7 of those farmers coming to buy. Then if it works for them, they refer more other farmers. So that has been a challenge to us, the cost of extension. But because we are honest in our work and because farmers trust us, we've been getting partners who have been working with us to be able to do this work. For example, there's Palladium Group Limited. They are the ones that are implementing DFID projects in northern Uganda. So they have been helping us with radio adverts. Okay, to reach out to farmers, radio talk shows. They have been funding most of our farmer trainings, okay, and they have also been helping us build our capacity as businesses, put in place a business plan, have this human resource manual, put in place QuickBooks where you're able to track all your sales across all the branches, and in a click you can know how much stock of this do you have, how much sales did you make yesterday. Okay, what went wrong, what went right. So these partnerships have been attracted to us by the trust that farmers have in us, and it has helped us address those challenges.
One thing I like about everything you've said is that for every challenge you have a solution. You're like, we faced this, but we have a solution. We have faced this, but we have a solution. And I think that's the attitude everyone else should have. You can't just cry about, not cry, you can't just state your problems without having a solution for those particular problems. And that's really fantastic. Like I said again, I hope everyone has an attitude to do that. Now there's a little bird that told me you keep getting these grants. All this money keeps coming in. Could you just give us a brief about that?
So as I said, some of the costs that we incur as a business, as
Yeah.
a social enterprise, do not directly pay us back.
Okay.
They are more like things the government
Goodwill.
was supposed to do.
Oh.
For example, agricultural extension, training farmers, letting them know that good agricultural inputs are very good for their productivity is something that should have been already there. You should just be now only selling to them. But to first train them is a cost that does not pay us back directly. And because of that, it means you need partners, people who have a development objective to work with, to reach out to these farmers. That's why we're able to get the partners.
Oh, okay, understandable.
Yeah, and what you call me, the grants.
Yeah.
Yes. So the grants partly have helped build our capacity
Right.
in doing those.
Right.
And I think there are two.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the Palladium Group Limited
Yes.
that has been working with us.
Yeah.
So they worked with us in 2019, 2020, and also 2020, 2021. So our partnership with them actively ended in March this year. Doing basically the things I've told you about.
Understandable.
And then the other one, I was a Mandela Washington Fellow in
Okay.
2019. I went to the United States and got 6 weeks training on business. And when I came back, they made us to compete for a grant. All the 700 of us from Africa competed for a grant, and the money was given to 40 fellows. And we were lucky to have been one of the fellows
Okay.
that got this grant.
Okay.
And the grant was given to us by US African Development Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, and that helped us buy, I think, the motorcycles you've seen.
Yeah.
These motorcycles that can actually manage most of the roads in the rural
Okay.
areas.
Yeah.
It also helped us do more of our work on radio. It helped us get more inputs that we used to demonstrate to farmers. As I said earlier, the agents that we have in the rural areas,
Yeah.
each agent hosts a demo garden. All the farmers in that community come and learn from that demo garden, so that by the time they come in to buy inputs here, they see how it performs in the field.
Okay.
This
That's
is
wise.
how the partnerships, the grants help people out there to know the benefits of using quality, genuine, and affordable agricultural inputs. Yeah.
I could give you a hand clap. I could raise my hands.
Thank you.
But yeah,
Yes.
but that's it. No, for a young man, you have achieved a lot. Can you tell us some of your achievements, please?
I was lucky to have done Bachelor of Science in Agriculture.
Yeah.
It's a 4-year course. It teaches you about the different aspects of an agriculture. In the last year, you specialize in one item. So I specialized in agricultural economics. So that helps me already know what it's like to invest in agriculture.
Yeah.
Yeah. From that background, I was able to start operations for Omia Agribusiness, as you see now,
Yeah.
and make it actually grow just from 1 shop to 5 branches across West Nile. Okay? Employ from just 2 staff to about 23 staff that are working here for us. Okay? Grow its sales from less than 100 million to
Yeah.
over 1 billion as of last year, end of last year. Okay? And grow our stock from just 500,000 to where we are right now. Our stock right now is, as I said, is over 450 million.
Wow.
Okay? And we've grown our partnerships. And partnerships, I mean people, as I said, development people that are working with this, but also seed companies and suppliers who believe in us to distribute their products to farmers within West Nile region.
Yeah.
And the number of farmers that we're working with grew from just around 400 farmers in 2018, end of 2018, to over 10,000 farmers as of now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in summary, those are a few of the things
Sure.
that we have achieved
Yeah.
for Omia Agribusiness. But of course, at a personal level, I've also, I think, grown my skills, I've grown my knowledge
Yeah.
on how to work with other people, on how to run an agribusiness enterprise.
Yeah.
And it has helped also me to grow as a person and being able to handle my own life as well.
Now tell us how they can contact you, because I'm sure there's some people waiting. When is that number being dropped? Give them the number. And
Yeah,
how they
so
can contact
you can call us directly, voice calls on 0773 628 770. For those that prefer Airtel, you can call us on 0755 484 331. But you can also get to us on our Facebook page. It's Omia Agribusiness Development Group. We share there almost everyday stories from our farmers.
Okay.
If you want to know what our farmers are doing out there, if you want to know what our agents are doing out there, if you want to know what our staff are doing out there, you can always follow our Facebook page, Omia Agribusiness Development Group. On Twitter, we're also there at Omia_Ltd. You can also send us an email at oadgltd@gmail.com.
Okay, perfect. I hope, thank you so much for this. I hope whoever is watching this actually picked on something. I hope they like the video. I hope they actually go and contact you, because you are like a walking bag of knowledge.
Not really, but yes, I love to share. I love to talk to other people.
Yeah.
I love to help young people that are interested in doing something in agribusiness.
Yeah.
So you can always really reach out to me.
Okay.
It's not always about us benefiting, but if you think we can be of help to you, you know, to go out there and do something in agribusiness, you can reach out to us. We get to help each other. And I think that way all of us get to grow, and we all get to make our contribution to the growth of our country.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kenganda. Follow us on all our social media pages, Kenganda Nation Instagram, Kenganda Nation Facebook, Kenganda Nation Twitter. Also follow Omia on all the social media platforms. You can also scroll down. You find all the contact info right there. You can contact them if you want to get in touch. Guys, we'll see you next time. My name is Janita Maya. Bye.